Hi, Anson Garcia with Verizon, and we are going to go over part 3 on the Spark for iPad series. We're going to look at the Spark for iPad UI. So let's get started. So the Spark iPad UI, this is when the messages is selected. So down here I have the messages little icon selected on my navigation menu. Okay, and we can see just as an overview here, we have our general spaces and people section. That's right in here. And then we have some kind of filter right there. So we have a magnifying glass where we can search in spaces, and we can search for teams, we can search for people as well. And then we have this little drop down right there, and that's where we can kind of sort our messages there. We can sort it by people, we can sort it by spaces, and we can do things like that. So we can sort it by @mentions. I only want to see where people have mentioned me. So we have a couple of things there, and I'll show you that live here in a demo in just a second. But basically some filtering. Okay, and then right here we have this create space, a little plus sign. Okay, that is not create team, that's create space. Okay, so just be cognizant of that. And then over here on the right, we have this little activity menu. So if I'm in a space, I get that little activity, the 3 ellipses there, and I can do things inside that space, like add people, start a meeting, start a call, share a file, start a whiteboard. Those are the kind of things we can do in there. And then we have our messages. This is where we're interacting with people and typing in messages and uploading files and things like that. And you can see these little icons. Down here we have files, and take a picture, and @ symbol if I want to mention someone in this particular post. So that's it for that one. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so let's look at when Teams is selected. So Teams is selected now, and you can see right away over here on the left-hand side all my Teams panel. So all the teams that I'm a member of. And I can also see some indicators that, hey, something's going on in that team right there. Let me erase that. But right there, you see that I have something going on. There's some messages in a space within that team. That's the right way to say it. And the same here. So there's some messages in that space within that team, Verizon plus Cisco Cloud Collaboration. You can see that that's the icon I'm talking about right here. That's what's highlighted. And then we have this create. That's a little bit different. Remember, we had a little plus sign before, and the plus sign meant create space. This is create a team. So if we want to create a team, this is where we do it here. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. So what about when our call is selected, the call icon down here? Okay, so this is when we're going to make a call. We're going to actually call someone one-to-one, or go in a space and make a call to everybody, so we can have a meeting, things like that. So you can see up here we have our recent calls, or I can click on people and search for people, and make a call that way. I also have this little dial pad here. I can bring that dial pad up, and with that dial pad I can dial a URI. Okay, and then if I have obviously some kind of calling capability, PSTN calling capability, I can dial E164 number as well. All right, let's go on to our next one here. Okay, what if I choose the me icon at the bottom? And it's best just to show you this. Let's take a look at it. So here is the me, and let me bring up my pointer here. Okay, and we can see I'm on me right here, and I have do not disturb. That's if I want to turn off all notifications. I have my notifications menu here, and I can set my global, which is we're gonna kind of go over that in the next part. But I want you to see that here. I have my support. I have about. You can see what version I'm running right here, and I have submit feedback. Okay, and then I have advanced. This is where I can turn on and off my proximity features if I'm around an SX10 or SX20 or Spark board. Maybe I don't want it, I don't want that proximity feature to turn on. I don't want to share my space or anything on a Spark board, or I don't want to take a meeting on an SX10, SX20, or whatever. Or I don't want to start a meeting and it asks me, hey, do you want to start it on the SX10? I see that, the Spark application will see that that's, or here is really the right way to say it, but it'll pair, with any SX or DX or Spark board that's in proximity. And then we have meeting, share your status if I want to share my status, and calls anonymously, or send call reports automatically. If I want to send that to Cisco, I have my meeting calendars. What meeting calendars that I want. Here are all of my meeting calendars that it sees. Now this is an integration, as when we talk about Spark integration in the cloud. This is not Spark integration in the cloud. It's kind of right here in my iPad. So this is what it sees on my iPad. Here are my calendars that it sees on my iPad itself. All right. And then what else do we have? We have advanced, and that is it. And then we have sign out.